Hi, my name is Zuri and I'm going to take you through a Yogilates practice here today. So what that basically is a blend of Pilates, which we're going to start with, and then flowing into a very gentle yoga practice. The great advantage of doing these two practices together like this is they're all going to be done from the support of your mat or the ground beneath you. You don't really need too much, but if you wanted to use a few props, a few rolled up towels, maybe a small hand towel or a larger bath towel rolled up, and these will act as props as we go along. Don't need them at the moment, just going to put them to one side. Let's get started, shall we? So I'm just going to get you to very gently roll yourself back to your mat. So have yourself in a seated position, knees bent, and just slowly curve the spine as you roll gently back towards the mat. Once you're here, just extend the arms out long beside your body and raise both your arms, taking a breath in as you raise them up and lowering them down as you breathe out. Inhale and exhale. So there's a breath in as the arms raise up and a breath out as you lower them down. Just try that a couple more times. Inhaling, exhaling, breathing in and breathing out. Try something a little different. Raise the arms up, hold the arms here, fingertips towards the ceiling, and just move your arms in two different directions. One arm can come up and over as one arm extends down. And try and keep your arms just off the ground. So one arm beside your ear and one arm comes just beside your hip. And try and keep the arms as straight as you can. Just do one more. And as you bring the arms back to center, lower the arms all the way back down. So take a gentle breath in here. And as you begin to breathe out, exhale as you nod the chin down towards the chest and lift to the tips of the shoulder blades. Inhale as you lower. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in as you lower. And you're sliding the hands along the mat as though you're reaching towards the bottom of the mat. Inhale, lower. This is known as the Pilates curl. It gets its name because you curl the head off the mat and then you deepen the curl over your breastbone. Do one more. Exhale as you curl the head, neck and shoulders off the mat. Once you've lowered down, lift your legs one at a time. So now I bring my legs up into a classic, what's called tabletop position. Knees stacked over the hips, shins towards the ceiling. Try that Pilates curl again in this position. Breathing in and lifting as you breathe out. Inhale and exhale. Inhale as you lower. And start to breathe out fully and completely as you extend the arms along the mat. We'll just do one more, curling up into what we know as Pilates curl. Now once you get here, just pause, trying to look here towards the top of your thighs or towards your belly button. Once your head is lowered, lower your feet. Nice. And now we get into the 100. Inhale. Exhale, curl up, hover the arms beside the body and start to beat both your arms. Breathing in and out. So we breathe in for 5 and out for 5. Breathing in and out. And you can keep your feet on the ground for the entire 100. But if you wanted to, lift your legs up into tabletop position. You're over halfway. Keep pumping those arms long and strong beside your body. Breathing in and breathing out. Extend down into the tips of the fingers. Keeping the legs still. We'll do 20 more. Breath in and out. Final 10. Breath in and a long breath out. Hold. Lower the head and then lower the feet down. So from this position, I just want you to bring your right knee in towards your chest and stretch that right leg on a high 45. So it's long and straight and away from your body. If you lift that leg straight up and rotate it inside so it comes to brush past your left leg. That's an internal rotation. Do 3 more. 3 more internal. There's 2 and 3. Last one. When you get to the bottom, pause, lift that leg up and go external rotation, just subtly. So we lift the leg, we press down through the belly, press down through the rib cage. 2 more. 1 more. External rotation. Hold it there. Bring the knee back into where you started and place that leg back down. Try that again on the other side. Knee in, stretch it away. So on a high 45, lift the leg up and rotate inside. So this is an internal rotation. There's 1. 2. Lift it up. 3. Last one. Internal rotation. Hold. Now go outside, so slightly externally rotate that leg. There's 1, 2, keep it flowing, 3, last one here, external rotation. Bring that knee in, bring both knees in, and just tuck your body into a tight little ball shape. If you place the hands on the back of your thigh, you could roll up to a seated position and scoop your hips towards your heels and just lifting the feet, tuck your body into a tight little ball shape and roll back to the tips of the shoulder blades and pause, rolling and holding, rolling and holding. Last one, rolling and holding, lowering your feet, rolling yourself back down towards the mat. Okay team, we are warmed up. Let's get into the ab series. So team, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you 5 exercises and we're doing 5 of each one. And we'll start with the basics. Single leg stretch. Take a breath in. Curl the head, neck and shoulders off the mat. Come up to the Pilates curl. Bring your right leg in, but straighten and stretch your left leg away. Now switch and change that to the other side. There's 1 round. 2, 3, 4. Last one. Bend both knees, lower the head, and bring your feet back down. Let's try the second one. Take a breath in. Curl the head, neck and shoulders off the mat. This time, hover the arms, so the arms are extended out long. Bring your legs to tabletop position. So this time, double leg stretch. I take both the arms and the legs and stretch them away and return. That's the first of 5. Inhale, exhale, 2. Breath out, 3, 2 more to go, reach, exhale, lengthen, and then as you return on this one, hold a little pause before you lower the head and bring your feet down. So let's keep going. Scissors, take a breath in, curl the head, neck and shoulders off the mat. As you bring your legs to tabletop position this time, stretch the legs up in the air, point the toes. Bring your right leg towards you and stretch the left leg. Reach towards the back of that right leg. Draw it in a little bit closer. Switch, change leg, lead. So we're doing 1 on the right, 1 on the left. Keep it flowing. 3, 4, last one. And then bend both knees and lower the head and bring your feet down. So just 2 more to go. Double straight leg stretch. So with this one here, curl the head, neck and shoulders off the mat and place your hands on the back of your head. Bring your legs to tabletop position. So this variation of double straight leg stretch will look like this. Extend the legs out long. Lift the legs up straight. Bend the knees, come back to where you started. There's 1. Reach the legs out long. Lift the legs and bend. There's 2. Keep extending, pointing the toes. Lift. Just 2 more to go. Reach. Lengthen. Last one here. Reach those legs out long. Lift them up. Bend the knees. Lower the head. And bring your body back to where you started. Final one, team. We're almost there. Take a breath in here. Curl the head, neck and shoulders off the mat. Place your hands again on the back of the head, right on the back of the skull. Right leg in. Stretch your left leg out long and rotate. Opposite shoulder to opposite knee. Switch, change. There's round 1, 2, keep it flowing, 3, 4, last one, bend both knees, tuck the body into a tight little ball shape and curl up. So scoop your hips back, so you've got the full length of the mat out in front of you. Stretch the arms out in front, but bring your shoulders down and back. Take a gentle breath in. And stretch that spine forward. So exhaling as you stretch the spine in a forwards direction. Take a breath in. And try that again. The head leads the way. Head down between the arms. Stretch that spine in a forwards direction. Breathing in. Lengthening through the spine. And exhale as you reach, almost as though you're reaching beyond the feet. One more. Breath in. Take a long breath out. As we come up nice and tall this time, hands beside your hips. Scoop your hips toward your heels. Let's try for another balanced one. Lift the shins. Now you can place the hands on the back of your thighs, or you could reach towards your ankles. Let's find the balance first. Gently tuck the head forwards. As you roll back just to the tips of your shoulder blades, find balance and hold. Inhale, tuck your tailbone under. There's two. Let's just go for two more. Roll and hold. Last one here. Roll and hold. Find that point of balance. Straighten the right leg. Lower the left. Switch change. One leg straight, one leg bent. Slowly does it. Just go and extend and lengthen and stretch one leg. Do one more right. Last one here with the left. And bring the legs to tabletop position before you lower. And take your feet wider than the mat. So if I extend so my feet are just off the mat, don't need to be too wide, then I take the arms out nice and wide and I rotate towards one side and reach on that diagonal. Breath in and out. Inhale, exhale, reach. And as you reach across on that diagonal, look back towards that back arm, and that back palm will face up towards the ceiling. Rotation around, reach forward on that diagonal. Breath in and breath out. One more to the front, and then the last one away. Reach away, seated position. Come all the way down towards the mat. So slowly C-curve the spine and do this movement really slowly. An opportunity here to really engage the core. Lowering down till you feel the shoulders, and then finally your head coming to the mat. Go for a big stretch. Reach that body. And if you cross your right ankle over your left, and then you roll over to the left. So we roll all the way over, and you come to lay onto your tummy. So from this position here, move your hands all the way back towards the back of the rib cage. Forehead just hovering off the mat. The feet wider than the hips, and just slowly roll the shoulders back and come up, and exhale, slowly lower. Inhale and slowly lower. Just two more. Draw the elbows in, chest opens. Final one, keeping the top of the feet nice and still, pressing the top of the feet lightly into the mat. As I lower down this time, pause. Make a fist, bring your knuckles right underneath your nose so you can prop yourself up and come up into a supported position. So from here, I just bring the legs a little closer together and hover my feet just off the ground. Curl your right heel, pull, pull, and press away. Curl, curl, push away. Curl, curl, push away. Curl the heel, press out into the toes. 1, 2. Keep opening up the front of the body. Keep opening up the chest. Known as single leg kick. I'm just curling one leg in. Curl, curl, push away. Curl, curl, push away. One more, right. Last one here on the left. And lower the legs down. So take your hands behind you, roughly into the middle of your back. Head on one side. Now this one here, I'm going to keep the feet on the ground. Keep the feet still. Just work the upper half of the body. So with your head turned to one side, as you take a breath in, inhale, lengthen. Head comes through the middle. Turn your head, face the other way. Try that again. Breath in. And breath out. Inhale, lift. Stretch and reach the arms back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. So the head is on the side. Rotate the head through the middle, turn your head face the other side. Last one here, breath in. And as you lower, circle the arms around in front of you. So I've extended the arms and the hands are slightly wider than my shoulders. Both arms, both legs are straight. The head just gently hovers away from the mat. And on the breath in, I'm going to lift the right arm with my left leg and then the left arm with my right leg. So it's opposite arm, opposite leg. Opposite arm, opposite leg. And keep focusing on one spot. The head stays nice and still. Bring your chest forwards. Think of length from the tips of the fingers all the way to the toes. Last one. And as you lower, move your hands back beside your rib cage and press your body up and into child's pose. For this one, bring your big toes together. Take your knees slightly wider than your hips. Gently sit back and let your forehead rest upon the mat. So I want you to just stay here. Now this may be where you want to use your props that we had earlier. So we could use the little one to place that under the forehead and maybe the bigger towel, if you need it, underneath the back of your hips. So you could place a little bit of support under your hips, a little bit of support under your forehead, and here is where you will rest your body. So stay in the child's pose because I'm transitioning you from the Pilates practice now into the yoga practice. So be still, rest your body in the child's pose. So if you can close your eyes, I will talk you through this. So the key now is to really tune into your practice. So keep your eyes closed and just focus on your breath. Calmly breathing in and calmly breathing out. So the child's pose is an inwardly focused pose. It helps us to tune inwards. It's known as a forward fold, where we bring the two halves of the front of the body closer together. And it's deeply calming for the nervous system. So it helps to slow the energy of the body down. So it's one of the poses you can bring yourself into if you need a rest, if you're feeling particularly stressed out, if you feel that your mind is working overtime. Bring your body into the child's pose and it will help to slow the energy of the body down. So I just want you to stay here just for about another minute. And the aim in this part of the practice is to allow the body time to be still in each of the poses. You can really feel into the sort of subtleties of the pose. The longer you stay, the more you may feel. And the longer you stay, the more you will absorb from being in the pose. So really it's just about giving yourself time and space to be in this pose. Just take one more round of your breath here. And then when you feel ready, start to walk your hands back towards your body until you come into this position, which is called the Japanese sitting pose. Now again, you could use your props here. If you wanted to, you could take your large rolled up bath towel and place it across the back of your heels, between your hips and your heels. You could sit on a prop. You could even use a cushion here from your lounge, from your couch. And if it's still too much, you can place the hands in front of you so that some of the weight comes down through your arms, so you're in a supported position. So let's just rest the body now into this position known as the Japanese sitting pose. Now it gets its name for a good reason. Quite often this is a position that they use quite often in Japan, and it's seen as the most upright position, the neutral position for your spine to be in. And it obviously opens up as well the front of your thigh, so you may feel a gentle stretch into this area of your body, but you also may feel a tightness in the calf muscles or the foot where that part of the body is in what we call compression, or it's being contracted. So what I want you to do is just drop the shoulders down away from your ears, relax your lower jaw, and just let your body be still here. And one way to focus into this pose is to bring your awareness to your breath and do what I call spinal breathing. So I inhale at the base of my spine, and I breathe in as I go up through my spine, and exhale down through the spine. And you can try this with your eyes closed. Take a breath in as you inhale up through your spine, and exhale down through your spine. And just try that a couple of rounds. And then when you feel ready, just take your arms to the side of you. Maybe your hands touch the floor, maybe they don't. Wherever they sit, wherever they settle, that'll be just enough. And I'm just going to get you to gently lean to your right as you extend your left arm and reach that gently up and over, feeling a stretch into the left side of your body. Try that now over to the other side. So extend, reach, and lengthen up and over to one side. So try that again on the right, but this time as you come over, just pause it there, extend, and then just circle the arm around in front of your body. Try that to the other side. Extend that top arm up and over, and then circle the arm around in front of you. Place the hands either on the floor or on the front of your thighs here. Now turn your head and look towards the right side of the room. Nod the chin down towards the chest. And then try that again. Nod the chin down towards the chest. And as you come back to the center, just pause for a moment. And then bring your body out of this pose. So let's come into another position. This is known as the butterfly pose. Bring the soles of your feet together so that the soles of the feet will touch, and you can have a play around with different ranges of movement here. You could bring your feet in really close, or you could take them much further away, depending on what feels right around your hips, around your pelvis. There is no right or wrong, just a position that you feel you can rest your legs into for the next 3, maybe 4 minutes. So again, you could use a prop. If you wanted to, you could sit on your rolled up towel. And I'm just going to get you to gently curl your body forwards as you come into a gentle forward fold. So once you're in the pose, once you're in the position, it's about just allowing your body again just to soften and find stillness and a position of ease in that pose. So I don't want you to give too much. So listen to your body and really feel into your body. If you could comfortably stay in this pose for about the next 20 minutes, then you're probably in the right space. But if you're feeling really uncomfortable and you're noticing real sort of distractions or discomfort and pain in your body, I'm going to ask you to pull out of it, change your position, use some support until you can find a space that your body can rest into, and that's quite important. Once you've found that position, close your eyes, focus inwards, and again just come back to the awareness of your breath. So maybe counting your breath, so just notice you may breathe in for a count of 4 or 5 on your inhale. Whatever your count is on your inhale, repeat that on the exhale. So if you breathe in for 4, then you breathe out for 4. But if you inhale for a count of 5, then obviously you're going to breathe out for a count of 5. Just allow your breathing to become rhythmic. Notice, is it easy to breathe? Is it easy to follow? And is it easy to maintain? I'm going to give you just about another minute marinating in this pose, so just take this time in stillness. And as you walk your hands back towards you, come to an upright position and scoop your hips towards you as you slowly roll down towards the mat. We're going to come into what's known as a gentle rebound. So just lay on your mat, extend both arms and both legs, shoulders back, relax that lower jaw. Just let the ground and the mat beneath you hold and support you. There's nothing you need to do here. There's nowhere else you need to be other than just being connected to this moment of stillness right now. And then when you feel ready to move, just gently walk your feet back towards you. Bring your knees towards your chest and just gently have the hands either wrapping halfway down the shins or towards the back of your thighs. Again, whatever feels comfortable in your body. And then very slowly and subtly, just gently move from side to side and very slowly and very gently, just doing a little massage of the lower back. And this is also a very gentle massage of the internal organs as you press the weight of your legs almost down onto the soft tissue of your belly. So for this next one here, I'm going to place my feet on the floor and I'm going to use my rolled up bath mat. And just take that and lift up your hips and place it underneath the back of your pelvis. Now if you're not quite sure where that is, find your two pelvic bones around about here in front of your body and follow it around. So it's just going to sit under your pelvis. It's quite a flat surface, a flat area of your body. And then from that position, you just bring the knees in. And this is just going to curl your lower back. Just have a little bit of support under the back of your pelvis. And then start to extend the legs up and over, but soft knees. So I'm coming into a pose known as the snail's pose. Again, let the legs become heavy, like they weight down onto the soft tissue of your belly. And if you think of the snail, it has its own home on its back, which it can go into at any time. And that's what I'm calling you to do now, is to go within and to come home by being connected to how you're feeling, by being connected to your breath, by being connected to this moment right here, right now. Maybe just notice the subtleties in your body, the different sensations you may be feeling into. Breathe easily and calmly. Just take your last minute into this pose. If you're finding it too much, you could bring your feet gently, slowly back to the mat. Otherwise, just enjoy these last few moments, just the connection and the awareness of your breath. ready to move, maybe bend the knees. Take your time allowing the feet to find the ground. Take a few moments to let your feet land on the mat, to let your body rest into this position before you gently pick up your hips and remove your prop. Take that away and then slide the legs away. Just again come back to that gentle rebound. This is quite an important part of the practice, this moment of stillness. And it may feel like your body is still in the pose from before, so you may still feel the energy of your body in the snail's pose, and that's quite normal. The energy of the pose still moving through your body. And again, you could take another couple of breaths here, or when you feel ready to move, walk your feet back towards you. Your big toes together, your heels almost touch inner thighs, knees together. Maybe take your arms just a little wider on the mat and shift the weight of the legs slowly, gently over and across to one side, and take your time as you do this. Let the weight of the legs just hang over to one side. Now you can keep your head in the center or rotate your head in the opposite direction. So beautiful spinal twist here, spinal rotation. What I also love about this pose is the real feeling and sense of openness through the front of the body as I open up the chest and create space around my heart, the shoulders heavy on the mat, both arms heavy on the mat. And as you come back, first with your head through the middle, keep the knees close, almost massage your lower back into the mat. As you shift that slowly and gently to the other side again, stack the feet, knees close, shift the weight up and over to the other side, stacking one foot on top of the other, and then maybe rotating the head in the opposite direction. So we're just finishing off this practice with a beautiful spinal rotation. And then take your time to slowly unwind your body back to roughly the middle of your mat. As you come into the final asana for Shavasana, slide the legs away, rotate the palms up, shoulders back again. Just let the shoulders become heavy, the arms heavy, both arms and both legs heavy on the mat. And the feet slightly apart with the feet turned out. Take a big sigh and give yourself a little bit of time just to be still. And just slowly move your fingers, move your toes. Walk your feet back towards your body and just slowly roll over onto one side and stay on your side just for a few moments, known as the fetal position. Let your body rest here. And again, you can take as long as you need here. When you feel ready to move, use your hands to support you as you bring your body up and come into a comfortable seated position. Again, you could use your props here if you wanted to. You could sit on your rolled up towel, sit cross-legged, sit with your legs out in front of you, whatever you feel comfortable with. And we're going to bring this practice to an end here today. So all I'm going to get you to do is just raise your hands and bring them to what I call heart center. Palms together, resting right into the center of the body. Just take a couple of breaths. And as we bring this practice to an end here today, I say to you, Namaste.